And we're live! The Sigil stream! My name, as always, is Mr. Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with the wonderful, who is going hard behind the scenes, I must say, Erica! We are joined once again by the hilarious, one of my favorite people, Mr. Gary Matt Berry clone himself. We are joined by, of course, my lovely wife, Mrs. Joe. Whoa. I want to get one of those, like, 90s sitcom whistles where, like, the hot girl comes on. They go, woo, for when I...
You have a soundboard.
Yeah, but I don't have... I have this. That kind of does the opposite.
You can do
and,
it.
Of course, we're joined by one of my favorite people, Jay!
Hail and well met.
Hail and well met.
Fucking Gandalf.
And we are back with Hereafter Chapter 8 tonight. Is it going to be a while till we get into the game? Because we got stuff to talk about. I can already tell. We just haven't spent that much time.
We're feeling chatty.
How's everybody doing?
We'll have our traditional half-hour preamble.
Okay, but first off, and Jay just made me think about it. Has anyone watched The Rings of Power yet?
Oh, yeah.
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Dudes.
Erica?
I've been
I saw you
hearing
mouth the
some
word, but you didn't
things.
say anything.
I've been hearing some things.
Okay, so you haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it, no.
Okay, Gary, you have seen it. Joe and I have seen it. First thoughts, Gary.
Well, we can't spoil anything.
I like it.
I really like it.
I enjoy the Peter Jackson films. I read the books.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I'm watching it and just like, yeah, I get into this. I think it's really well cast.
Yes.
I look at
totally agree.
When like Elrond or Galadriel's walking around, I'm not like, no, not for me. Actually, not for me. I think, really, oh, look what they're doing. Ooh,
Yeah.
I'm fucking into it.
Oh, I'm totally
so
agree.
glad. My one qualm.
Oh yeah, okay, but your qualm, I will say, is legitimate.
Is it a
doesn't
fair
bother me in the
qualm?
slightest, but it is legitimate. But before we talk about the negative, let me also just echo Gary's feelings, because I'll be honest, I was kind of like hesitant at the beginning, and the main reason I was hesitant was because I heard when they were casting it that they wanted actors and actresses who were willing to be nude. And I got worried that they were doing like a Game of Thrones. And then I was like, oh no, is this going to be like a political intrigue show where, because that's kind of the biggest thing I hated about Game of Thrones, where it was like dragons, but also...
The whole thing of it.
It's called political intrigue.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't mind it to a
Game of
degree,
Thrones, Mr.
but it's
Stark.
when it started to end up being basically like House of Cards, but set in fantasy Europe, it kind of lost its... Anyway... But no, I was very impressed, totally flabbergasted by the negativity online. Some of it
Before it came out, overwhelming negativity.
yeah.
So it's like, don't watch it then. You don't watch it. Shut up.
Well,
don't watch it.
It's not for you. Okay.
I mean, some of these people are so
Bigoted.
racist, bigoted pieces of shit. I mean,
Pleased.
it's so funny because we're halfway through episode 2, and I turn to Joe because they released the first two
me.
episodes the same day. That's
I'm
my
Joe.
wife over there. For anyone not acquainted,
you're Joe?
Everybody, yeah.
Oh.
And
Makes so much
honestly, and I mean this sincerely, because this is kind of something that people say a lot, where they're like, "Oh, I didn't even notice, the color of anyone's skin." I genuinely didn't, because I wasn't thinking of anything other than just like, "Oh fuck, like an elf and a dwarf."
Which
or
magic
whatever.
guy is that?
And then like halfway through episode 2, I was like, I kind of was, it was like a duller moment in the show, and I was like, oh yeah, like this is very diverse casting. And I was like, could you imagine being so fucking racist that you couldn't enjoy this? Like, just so angrily
You're sitting
racist.
there in your righteous anger in your armchair. I don't know, like smoking a
Tolkien
cigarette
didn't
made
like
of Lord of the Rings
this.
pages, just like, I'm a real fan.
It was ridiculous. But honestly, it's not even, I don't think it's real fans. I think it's just racist pieces of shit that are
an asshole.
justifying their racism through the guise of real fandom. Now, I loved it. I genuinely loved it. I even said, and this is gonna get a few. Whatever,
Oh
but
no.
I thought that the dude who's playing Elrond, I think he's doing a better job than Hugo Weaving. It's not because but you know, Hugo Weaving is cool and he's great, but you know, the character's very flat. It's not about him.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, Hugo's amazing array
Range?
after the range after that awesome Australian drag film that that launched him
Priscilla?
successfully. Yeah, Priscilla,
Yeah.
amazing in that. But pretty much everything else, he kind of plays like an Agent Smith / an Elrond, like a very flat, like that's kind of where his strength lies, and he's great in it. And I love Hugo Weaving.
He's
as, like,
kind of a
person.
creepy tough guy.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, this dude, I don't know anything about him. This one person who's playing him is
Brilliant.
very like communicates a lot through very subtle tone, and I'm really impressed. I was like, oh shit, that's really good. Same with Galadriel, honestly, both
She's
of them I think.
spot
are
on.
She's great. I love her.
So good.
That's all the good, Joe.
Here's all the bad. I got one thing. One
I wonder if
major
it's the same as
complaint.
my one thing. I'm gonna say
Elves
after yours.
with short hair. Makes me pretty sad.
Oh.
I'm gonna admit it, you know? And it's only the boy elves.
Oh, boo.
Okay, I don't
Right?
like that.
You don't see any
like
girl elves with short hair.
Yeah.
If
The
there
boy
were girl
elves.
elves with short hair, I'd be fine.
Right.
I'd
And
be
I mean, I dig. I'd be fine. I dig that Galadriel like wears, you know, like a chain hat or whatever hood, when she's in battle and stuff. Her hair is tied back
You know,
very
an army hat.
made of chains.
The army hat?
But essentially, it kind of bums me out. And I know that, you know, a lot of fashion can change over 3,000 years or whatever. But I do like it how in Lord of the Rings, all of the elves have long hair and they're these elaborate hairdos. And then in the Rings of Power, the boy elves just kind of have
They got gendered.
regular boy hair.
Just nice coiffed up.
It's
hair.
funny.
Yeah,
I
they
didn't
got
even
a
think
Gary
about it.
haircut. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like,
I
well, I get it. But
Genuinely
Gary.
didn't even think about it because,
yeah,
but
elf.
more so because I didn't realize the first movies had, like, they all had long hair. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Illustrious
But-
locks.
Yeah.
But I think
beautiful.
it's a good point. It's a valid point that I recognize what they did. I guess they're also trying to think of this thing like because apparently they've like already paid for 5 seasons of this
It's
show,
awesome.
which is kind of nice.
Heavily expensive to make
Yeah.
this. Like,
And I don't want to be
crazy money.
fucking gatekeepy. Like, if you're not exactly the same as the movies, then you're trash. Like, obviously not. But it was a detail that stuck in my mind. Like, oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, I still really liked it.
My complaint
Yeah,
was
me
not
too.
from the films, or kind of from the films. Beardless dwarven
Dwarven
women.
Yeah.
ladies,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Again,
That was the
a
other thing
gender
that
thing,
Joe
right?
said.
Gendered.
It's like,
Yeah.
where's the big full beard? wanna
I
see
honestly, okay, I can get behind the elven hair. I think the dwarven beard would have been too much of a focal point. Like,
Right,
too many
yeah.
people would have been like, what? Like, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, like, don't get me wrong, the Tolkien heads and all that stuff would be enjoying it and being like, yes,
Yeah.
that's what it should be. But then you'd have people like my parents being like, what the fuck is going, like, why? This is just needlessly, like, obtuse. You know what I mean? Like, it would just have added an extra.
Yeah.
So I kind of get why they had a meeting and they're like, all right, guys, beards or no beards, what do we want to do here? But I'm with you on that.
Best meeting ever.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of at that point, like I'm guessing Peter Jackson did it the right way, where he's just like, okay, this is, I don't want to change it, so let's just not have any, just not show any dwarven women, so it's not a weird, like, wait, pause the fucking movie.
There weren't any, though.
Back burner, Bilbo. We need to figure out what's going on
But
with
we'll
this
have
picture
Gimli side
of
the
Gimli's
ladies have
parents.
beards and it'll be fine.
Yeah. But like, it's a throwaway line in the movies that Gimli says, like,
Hairy
"Ladies have
dwarven
beards," or
women.
something like that. Yeah,
The beards.
which is cool.
He says it a couple of times, actually.
Yeah. But I really liked it. I'm very happy, and I have stayed away from all the negativity because who just
Don't need
needs
to look at
that? Who's looking for that? Needless to say that
These
it's got like a
days.
6.5 on IMDb right now, and yet the first 2 episodes are like marked as an 8. So
I saw that Amazon is like put a freeze on reviews
I saw that too.
this week or something.
really,
People have
Yeah.
shown that they're perfectly willing to not even watch it and review bomb the shit out of it. And it's like,
Exactly.
that's not
So
fair.
sad.
I say
Like, they did it to Miss Marvel, they're doing it to She-Hulk. Like, I don't
are they
love
doing
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk
but
too?
I imagine they are. Like,
Oh, yeah,
Miss
that's
Marvel is fantastic, and people just didn't watch it. It must suck. And like, I don't know. I loved it
different
anyway.
opinions on She-Hulk.
I liked Miss Marvel. We watched the first 3 episodes and genuinely really enjoyed it. And to me, there was nothing bad about it other than I just wasn't super compelled to keep watching.
Yeah.
Like, nothing about it was like terrible, but nothing about it was like, oh my god, this is fucking awesome. I did like She-Hulk though. Although
We only watched one episode.
Watch one episode of it.
I got the feeling from Miss Marvel where it's very much like, this one isn't for me, but I can absolutely see who's going to like this. Good for them. I'm glad they like it.
Yeah, it
You
was
know, it's very
definitely
clear, like,
kiddie.
age or demographic thing. I'm like, okay, this is
Yeah.
great for whoever will like it. It's just not
Yeah.
for me.
That's fair. Honestly, I think I just lost interest at like the 3rd, 4th episode twist, where it's not even a twist, but like you find out who the villain is, and it was kind of
Oh, yeah.
just became less, I don't know, enticing, I guess. But yeah, I haven't watched the 2nd episode of She-Hulk. You said you had feelings on She-Hulk, Erica? Why?
I feel like there's 2 things happening. One, that there's been suddenly enough check boxes that have now become profitable. So female lead, someone who's not completely stick thin, but someone who cannot be based off an actual bodybuilder who still has to be based off of a ballerina Olympian. So that kind of thing. But then separately, I feel like there's been so much effort put towards making things streamable for that one-hit stream that everyone's now gone to the part of, we're going to take this formula and just make it, you just have to watch it once. So we're just hitting the check boxes. So all that progressive check boxes, there's all those progressive leads and stuff like that, have come at the tail end of, we're not trying anymore. We're just trying to get some money. Here's the formula. We're going to plug in this new variable, see if that gives us some money. Versus the early movies where people are putting a lot of effort into detail, design, character, personalities, differentiation. That's now done. You don't need that anymore. We're now just doing the formula. And you can
Marvel
see
had
that
that
a
complaint
lot with
for a
She-Hulk.
while, I think.
Hey, that's fair.
Yeah, but it's kind of annoying me because especially with the Rings of Power as well, a lot of things are kind of converging in the worst way possible. Yes, things like She-Hulk are maybe not the most interesting that you'd expect given track record of earlier movies, but it's the first time we get these kinds of characters in particular. And even though it hasn't gone super, super far, it's still farther than what's usually happening. Rings of Power too. A lot of people are focusing on things like, hey, the classes that are used in there seem to be really, really discriminatory to some groups of people. Like I think the Irish was like the main sticking point thing. Like it's very, very putting the Irish down to bumbling fools and they evolve some
The
point. Like
Harfoots?
hobbits. Yeah. So
I don't know if there's
Oh.
one Irish actor among that cast. I have to look at it,
Really?
but I was like, none
Yeah.
of the are Irish.
But I'm
Right,
looking at that
excellent.
going like, it's true, valid points, but the anger that's been sparked over it seems to be disproportionate to other versions of the same kind of treatment for other groups of people. And I'm like, are you guys really, really, really angry about this? Or just a convenient way to be like, we don't want the show because
But isn't that
it's
like
the other way.
the most cliche thing that people do? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, especially in the last 5 years where they're like, whoa, well, hold on now, this isn't okay. And it's like, yeah, but like perspective, my friend. Like, here's your problem. Sure, it's valid, but it's this big versus
Yeah.
the everyday reality problem that every single other person of this group experiences.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
it's
gone to
people
a point
just-
where it's so easy to make strawman arguments out of it because there
Oh,
are
yeah.
such clear checkbox. So you're there like, okay, you don't want to take this argument in bad faith. You are kind of doing some crappy stuff here, but also you've made it so easy to point that out because the show itself is not as good as you want it to be. Different shows, not Rings of Power because I haven't seen that one, but like things like She-Hulk, for example, even things like Captain Marvel was not that great.
That's a good soundbite. I will say though, going back to your point about the effort, it is clear that Rings of Power, probably because they're so nervous about, because Peter Jackson's trilogy is so like fucking good. Like, let's be honest, it's so good.
And people
So-
love it.
But for real, like, so I think it's clear that they're like, okay, we need, they had to go through a lot of hoops to make sure. It's very clear they put a lot of thought into like everything that happens in that episode,
It's
which
not
I'm
Halo.
totally with you. It does feel very different than like kind of Marvel, where it's like, what other comic book can we grab? Grab
Yeah.
that one. That's got something on it. What is this? Moon Knight? Cool. Put that through. You know what I mean? Mind you, I did like Moon Knight. But I'm with you, and it is nice to see the clear effort that they're making in Rings of Power, at least for this season. Once this one's a hit, then the rest I'm sure will be shit.
I think they had to, very especially for Rings of Power, because they only have the rights to, I think, Lord of the Rings and maybe The Hobbit. they don't have Silmarillion, and they don't have a lot of the stuff that's in the Second Age. So I think they went through the appendices of Return of the King and were like, okay, what kind of names can we find here that we can kind of, like build on, and then look them up.
I don't know I don't know anything. I'd probably like the perfect demographic because I don't give a shit about
You're a
the
fan,
lore.
but you are not.
Yeah,
so
I'm like the
deep
worst
in.
kind of Tolkien fan to people who like Tolkien, where I just want to see more elves and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm the kind of
Does
person.
that fucker have a pointy ear? Get him over here.
But like, I'm not hard to play. Just
Jump on
to
an
me, it's-
elephant, fucker.
Well, to me, it's all fucking fantasy. To get so stupid
Yeah.
about like, the people in this realm look like, like, shut up, nerd. Like, it's fucking elves. Like, come on. Like, to
Says
me,
the man running a D&D stream.
but that's exactly why I say yes to things. If we're, you know what I mean? That's why we have a half wolf, half like a centaur person, because it's cooler. I'm not gonna be like, oh, actually, in the hereafter, you can't have rules of like, I don't know. To me, it's just I'm tired of like people justifying their racism and their bigotry and
it's
their sexism.
gatekeeping.
Yeah,
It
but they're and exactly as Eric is saying, they're justifying. They're finding small real life tidbits and hiding behind those razor thin logics to be like, well,
The
here's
negative
why.
truth. But it's disproportionate
But
to
it's
the way they
it's-
act to other things. And
Yeah, and it's fucking fantasy. Like, to me, if they're doing this, then it was like historical. I remember when Battlefield 5 came out and people were like, oh, because the trailer had like everyone, it had men, women, like it just had like every type of character you could play because they started the customization and all that kind of stuff. And people obviously went like ape shit. know
Oh,
what
you
I mean?
didn't see women on the front lines of blah, blah, blah.
And their heads, going red.
we
and
had
their
3
necks.
whole paragraphs about that back in elementary school. So
Yeah, but-
yeah.
Regardless, it's a fucking video game.
Yeah.
Like, you also don't experience World War II with a mouse and a keyboard, you fucking moron. Like,
And
to
you
me,
can't
some people
parachute
do,
up
right?
into a cyclone and then
Yeah.
rain down terror on your enemies.
But to
They
me-
couldn't do that in World War II either.
But to me,
They would
even-
have if they had the opportunity.
even as stupid as that argument is, which it is stupid because it's a video game, this is it's brought to the breaking point because the nature of the world is meant to be fictitious. It's not even meant to mirror reality in any shape or form. It's literally meant to be something so fucking far off from what we experience that the idea of going there should be a break from this, So to argue that it should be one way or another is so stupid. It's so reductive and blatant, hiding behind your racism.
I'm sorry I even said the thing about the long hair.
No.
Fair.
I mean, you're wrong.
This is all
but-
directed at me, right?
Yeah, obviously. I'm
It's
angry.
to say that it's awful that they're hiding behind it parallels actual things in reality to get away with their complaints about how fantasy isn't specifically to their very curated.
Right, it's not their fantasy. So
Exactly.
it's
It's
not
that
good.
it's that lashing out thing. So
Yeah. Either way, I like it. I'm excited to watch the next
I can't
episode.
wait for more episodes.
Watch party.
Thursdays. Right?
But yeah.
It's Thursdays?
Let's give money
Is it
to
Thursdays?
Bezos. Bezos, here's your money.
at this point, it doesn't matter. It's got it all. Just,
He knows everything anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I
enjoy
mean?
on
Has
the
he
way
been to
down.
space yet?
He's been to
Yeah.
space like 3 times.
He's
He
not
should
an
go again
astronaut.
and not come back.
Bezos
know.
in space.
They clarified definition of an astronaut, so he does not count as one.
Yeah, that was great.
Sick.
But yeah, I'm excited. Michelle's commenting along, ugly people deserve to be elves too.
Oh, with the clap emoji? That's
Yeah,
great.
because apparently people were complaining that, these elves are meant to be attractive, but these actors all look normal and boring.
Subjective.
Well, not only is it
Huge
subjective,
yikes.
it's ridiculous. Like, it's such a stupid logic.
They're not gonna fuck you anyway.
Yeah, they're not going to fuck you. They're not going to reach through
That's
the
our
screen
F
and
word.
fuck.
I was gonna say it. I realized, oh shit, that's our F word for the day.
I've said like 10 of them already. I
Oh
just
God,
realized.
yeah.
Yeah. Whoops.
Galadriel is supposed to want to fuck me.
We're getting
So my
canceled.
dream
Yeah. Anyway, so Rings of Power, that came out. And I'm
It's great.
into it.
If you haven't seen it, you should see it.
I want to see it.
Yeah.
so much
Maybe
more
I
to
had
the
first
movies.
to the movies.
I haven't seen the movies, so I got to see the movies first.
Nah, you
You haven't
don't.
seen
See,
the
it's
movies?
Jay who hasn't seen them.
I haven't seen
I knew
them.
there was one of us.
that's okay.
And it wasn't
This
me or
is
Harlan.
It's not
technically a
okay.
prequel, isn't it?
Oh, it is okay. Man,
I've seen the memes.
I want
so
to.
it's
I
fine.
want to. yeah, I
got all
want to
free
meet more people
extended
that haven't
editions.
seen it.
It'll only take
and
us 12 hours.
find out,
Let's
and
put
then
them on
make them
now.
watch it with me. So I
We
can
need to
just-
find more people like you, Jay.
No, because James hasn't seen it either.
What? Really?
Whoa.
I mean, I totally get it. First off, they're long fucking movies.
But James is such a huge nerd.
Yeah, but that's now who's
right.
gatekeeping.
No, we definitely just need to put our friends together. Everyone who
To
hasn't
me,
seen Lord of the
to me,
Rings.
it's really exciting when
into
people haven't seen it
everyone.
yet. It's like, oh, that's so great. Because to me, you know, fantasy aside, I just think as a great adventure film.
So
Like
good.
I love films that, you know, get your heart racing when you get attached to the characters. And honestly, I've teared up in all of the Lord of the Rings. And like I said, I'm the perfect demographic for Rings of Power because I'm the kind of person who watched The Hobbit. Like, I
Point
want
at
to see more of the
just
Hobbit.
point at the fucking sword on your wall.
Oh yeah, there's the sword right
That's
here.
the sword.
Yeah,
Air
and this
Canada
graphic
had
is-
Air Canada had the
Unreal,
third
is
one
it?
on their roster this summer. So
Oh, the
I've
third
seen-
Hobbit?
No, the third Lord of the Rings. So
Oh.
I've seen the first hour of the third Lord of the Rings 3 times this summer. That's
What'd you
what
think
I've
of it?
seen.
Here's what we're gonna do, because this is
It would be
great.
better with context, I feel.
No. What we're gonna
Okay,
do
I'm
is
gonna
gonna be
give you context.
you, Jay. It's gonna be Jay, me, James. We're gonna have this little session where we go through what we think the movies are about.
I've read
based
the
on what we
books,
know.
to
Hold
be
on,
fair.
Erica, you haven't seen it
I haven't
either?
seen them. I've seen all the memes.
I've seen all the memes.
I think I've seen the first Hobbit. I think, and then it stopped.
Have you seen they're
Okay.
taking the hobbits to Isengard, the song?
Taking the hobbits to Isengard.
Like
You
a
need to
separate
look that
movie,
up.
or is
She's
that like its
seen
own
the
song?
memes.
The meme.
I've
That's
not
meme-ish.
seen the song. But we're gonna put our heads together, and then we're gonna describe what we think the movies are about, and then we're gonna watch the movies. But
Yeah.
we're gonna see how much we can piece together based on what we know from pop culture and from
Have
our
you
Jay's
read the
read the
books,
books.
though? I've read
movie.
the books.
Yeah,
I've
Jay's
read
read
the
the
book.
books though.
Just forget that you've read the books.
No, 'cause
It was
you
a
don't-
long
you don't
time
know
ago.
what the books are in terms of the movies, because you don't know what they actually captured, because there's
That's
a
true.
different adaptation.
It's true.
So now you got to go through.
Here's what
you
we're
think
gonna do.
happened.
Here's what we'll really do because that sounds fun. But here's an actual tangible thing we can do because Jay's read the books. Is they play them every once in a while, and we're gonna wait until they're playing them in a theater in and around Toronto, and then we're gonna get James up here, and then Erica, Jay, and James, and myself and Joe because we just have to. I want to watch them.
We
all.
watch them every
We'll
year.
do a marathon, and we'll go see them in the theater.
Fun.
And what snacks are we gonna bring?
I mean, what's next?
Do we have to watch it in the theater also?
No, we can watch at home. Okay,
It's
we'll
bet-
invite
probably
everybody
better
over
at
to our
home, right?
house. You know what we'll do? We'll convert the living room to just like pillows.
Yeah.
Just like pillows everywhere.
Oh, pillow bed.
Like just
wait,
pillow
floor bed.
everything. Yeah.
Oh, we
bed.
do like a good
Big
air
sleepover.
mattress situation.
We'll do an air mattress,
Yo.
like a sleepover situation.
And we'll do
That
like
sounds awesome.
cheese fondue.
Yeah,
Cheese
cheese
fondue.
and
That sounds
chocolate.
good.
Get like
I'm
a
just
little
gonna move
bit
in.
Yeah, just stay the weekend. We'll do a Lord of the Rings weekend.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right, so we'll see you in like an hour. Come
All
on
right.
over.
Yeah.
Anyway. Hereafter. I just want to watch them now.
Yeah. It's just.
Erica, what's your little Discord picture? You changed it. It used to be that.
Aww.
Yeah, it's the Googer.
What's the Google?
It's a part of a comment where this guy goes up and he sees like a goo girl. He's like, "Oh, a goo girl," and then someone comes up and whispers to him. He's like, "What? A googer?" And then a googer bursts out of the sculpture of the goo girl and attacks them. It's a googer.
I have
I
more
have a sound effect
questions
for this.
than I do answers.
there's like a really badly photoshopped
What else
image of like
did
a
you
cougar,
expect,
and then
Harlan?
it's they called it a
Goo-girl?
googer. Googer.
But what is this from?
Don't
It's just
worry
from the
about it.
internet.
It's from America's
4chan, and then
deepest.
it's also from Twitter.
I don't think it's the Urban Dictionary of Goo Girl. That's a very different thing I'm
No,
reading right now.
Googer, Gouger.
It's very wrong. It's very different.
You know, Googers.
Googers?
I will find you.
This
some
is a
meme.
family stream, Erica.
Offensive. Yeah, Googers. What is Googer? Slang.
What is Googer?
What is
What
Googer?
are
What does the
We-
name
I will-
what does the name Googer mean?
We have to stop this
you go.
madness.
No,
I got you some some Tumblr shenanigans in there.
what type of name is Googer? I'm not sure. It's like this is great. What is this? Alternate meaning. Oh, here we go. This is our haiku for the night. Here's an alternate meaning of Googer. G is for glisten, a sparkle in your
not a
eye.
haiku.
O is for organized. You always know where things are.
an acrostic.
O is for optimistic. Look at the bright side. G is for glow, the warmth of your smile. E is for elegant, born within you. And R is for radiant. It's your personality. I don't know. Hey, Googer is very popular in Cambodia, FYI, and the Netherlands. So
It's an acrostic poem.
and
Now
only in
it's, now it's
Georgia.
popular here.
Yeah. Okay. I still don't understand the context or
It's
anything
a
about it.
cougar. You know, a cougar.
No, I don't. But that's okay because you know what? We like
It
you
makes
anyway.
me happy.
Thank you for the diversion, Erica.
Yeah, I
You're
appreciate
welcome. See, I help that way.
that. Just one last note of interest, an important little thought on Googer that if you were in the States and you like the name, all you need to do is head to Georgia, as it is very popular there and nowhere else in the world. That's where it's the popularity of Googer as a name.
Oh,
Is
God.
just in Georgia. Yeah. It's like dark blue too.
That's amazing. I
Like the
didn't know
darkest
that.
blue possible
Makes
is
me
how
happier.
popular it is there. So
It's like 40,000 people named
Googer.
Johnny Googer.
Yo, Googer.
John
All right, let's
Cougar.
do this.
Oh boy. Hold on. Wait.
Oh.
Oh, you left the.
Whoa! It's still going.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
It's just nice to get a reminder of how far we've come. All right, let's do it. Dawn breaks in the chasms. Your eyes open blearily to the red-filled sky just outside the hole in the wall that you slept in last night. Brea, you wake up to see Judic resting peacefully. But you didn't sleep. Not after finding out what you found out. I was in trouble like 2 words into that sentence.
Oh God.
So it's the morning of the 5th, everyone. Good morning.
The
Of the
fifth? Of
fifth?
what?
I don't know. I got nothing.
That's
it could
2
be the
strikes.
5th. You don't know
Fifth
that.
day we're here. That's
Yeah.
we're keeping track.
Hey!
I don't
Yeah,
know if
let's
that's
go with
accurate.
that. I
That
think
could
that's
be
fair.
true.
Didn't we spend
Sounds
like a
about right.
week in the forest or something?
No.
No.
Oh.
No. So yeah, you wake up, you're looking out at the chasms. You hear like rock fall in the distance. Have any of you ever been to like Alaska or someplace where icebergs are just sort of floating listlessly? There's nothing more like awesome, and I mean that in like the most powerful sense of the word. If watching a piece of an iceberg break off, it's guttural. It's like a strike of lightning, and you can feel that in the distance as the chasms constantly shift and move. You feel in the pit of your stomach like a brown note, just causing something to move.
I'm staring out at the rocks. I'm just looking. There's like mist sort of along the ground, and it looks like just this blasted landscape. And I just, you know, when you wake up and you haven't had coffee yet and you don't feel like talking.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
Also, System of a Down is playing
Michelle did.
because I'm such
Have
a
you heard the
teenager.
table version of that?
The which version?
The table remix. It's like table. 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 Table.
Table do.
What are you gonna put on a table?
Table do.
Hold on.
I don't
When
think
we-
you trust. Table.
When we do karaoke, Jay, how to sing that song?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the bees version.
Okay. Anyway, yeah. So
So I'm
Garrus.
doing that, and it's great.
We should do karaoke.
Yeah. Do it. Come live
love
up here.
and miss
The
it.
best Lord of the Rings day
I will
ever.
fly up for karaoke and Lord of the Rings weekend. No question.
Oh my god.
Timestamp it. Gary said.
That's it.
Yeah.
You can't take that back. It's legally binding.
No backsies.
That would be so much fun. Anyway,
Yeah.
That would be so much fun.
Garrus
Let's
is
just
singing
spend the rest of the
karaoke.
stream planning what we
Okay.
need for an awesome weekend.
So Brea goes back to sleep. Now, what are we doing?
In her dreams, she sees the future. It's us.
She's not back with us, right?
It's like
still off in
when
her own
no,
world.
no, I'm
Ju-
there, but I'm
Ju-
asleep because
yeah.
we're talking about what's Brea's
I
dreaming.
pushed you to the next morning. So, yeah, Judic wakes up, sees the embers of the fire, looks out, and says, I guess we should keep moving. We should reach the outpost today. But you can see there's a shiftiness in her eyes.
Judic was there when we saw the weird
No.
patchwork dude.
No.
Oh, she wasn't?
She was
She was scouting.
She was scouting.
Oh, okay.
She says. Sorry, I just stirred up the pot for some reason. I don't know why. It works against Sal.
I choose not to inform any of my companions
Ooh,
the stuff that I was told last night.
That's fair.
interesting. Need like a sting that's kind of like, ooh.
Doom doom doom, do boom 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 boom.
Yeah, it's a bit too
Like the
heavy-handed.
Mario theme from when he's in a dungeon. Doom,
Oh.
doom,
Do,
doom.
do, 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 do. Oh no, that's the spooky house.
Ba-da-ba-doom, boom boom boom.
Boom, 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 boom,
That's
boom,
one.
boom, 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 boom.
Boom,
So,
boom, 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 boom.
what do you do?
Are we waking up?
Yes.
Okay. Conversation last night has been
Yeah.
fairly heavy on Sal's mind
Yeah.
because it really sounded dangerously close to, not to point fingers, but Brea breaking ranks a little bit. It's nothing that has formed a crack, I think. So unless she's actively saying she's not going to go with us, the whole stopping off into the distant stand out of whatever reaction, Sal's not going to get into it, is not a good sign for everybody else helping Sal get out. So is there a way for him to kind of size up the situation around Brea to see if she's looking extra suspicious to a point where it'd be a problem?
Yeah. Why don't we do a contested? I mean, are you trying to be deceptive, Brea?
I wouldn't say I'm being suspicious. I would say I'm being moody.
Okay, then maybe give me a performance because you're so dramatic with your mood.
Sal's trying to see if she's
Natural 20.
Oh, good God.
22 in moodiness.
Wow.
Does that mean I'm being really
Natural
moody?
20. Yeah.
Or I'm being really good at hiding my moodiness?
I feel like you'd be very good at showing that it is a lot of moodiness without necessarily
Untrustworthiness?
yeah, it's not in a way where it seems like I'm going to start putting my foot down and dragging my heels and, not helping. It's just she's in a mood. She's had a hard day, had a hard night dealing with all the cave shenanigans and
Yeah.
that gentleman who showed up and then disappeared into the sand.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm not going to bother rolling because I'm not going to beat that.
Good
I don't
luck.
think you should bother rolling. I think it's dramatic and interesting to see that play out as it was. Yeah, so there's a bit of uncomfort between Sal and Brea. How's Cass feeling this morning?
I think she puts up a positive front as much as she can always, but there's definitely a coldness now between her and Brea because she's a little bit wounded from last night. So I think just confused and like also nervous that I'm lying to everybody without knowing that I'm doing it. So, you know, conflicted feelings and just kind of generally cold.
Yeah.
Better than usual.
Yeah, you feel cold. Something feels different since last night, as if that stranger left with more than just information about all of you.
Gary are one drop of sunshine in this group.
So, Judic, you went scouting yesterday.
Yeah, the outpost isn't too far. We should be able to make it in a few hours. I found a quicker way down the chasm.
Safe?
Always, she says, and winks at you.
Good.
2 more days, right?
Till
we get there?
Well, I thought it was going to be, but I found a quicker route down the chasm. We should be able to get there in a few hours. Normally, and she kneels down and draws in the sand with a stick, and she sort of explains that there's a long roundabout way to get down, and she sort of looks at Garrus rather than just dropping all the way down. As I
thought
you
that
don't
was
want to
pretty
do that
creative at the time. Didn't know
Tell
there'd
that
be
to your
giant
dead
worms.
friend over there. And she looks at Cass. And then she looks back and says, but a shift in the rock has allowed us passage down this way. And again, you can hear rock still falling. It seems like the landscapes here change pretty often. And as Judic sort of stands back up, she looks between everybody and says, is everything all right? Seems like the party's had a fracture since last night.
Fracture?
No. Fine.
What are you talking about? Fracture?
What's
There's a lot of denial going on here. I can sense that, all right.
Of course, if there was a fracture, this would be the best time for anyone to air those grievances.
What do you mean?
Well, if there was something to detect in the air, perhaps now would be the best time to voice those airs.
We've all been through a lot. We can talk freely amongst ourselves.
Yes.
I'll just wait outside, Judic says, and heads out.
Brea, would you like to wait outside with the group? As part of the group?
Wait, with you guys?
No, you're all
or with-
inside.
Yeah.
Judic's outside.
Judic was like, I'm going to...
Oh, yes, she's going outside, yeah, but like, Brea, come wait with us as a group. Let's go forward together and join Judic.
Oh.
Judic was like, I'll give you guys time to talk.
Yeah, Judic is like, I'll give you guys a moment.
We don't need time. We're fine.
Okay. I thought you just
Let's
said
not be
you
too
wanted-
hasty now. Did anyone want to say anything?
Poor Garrus just
I
sitting
love
alone.
Garrus as being like...
Because on one hand he's
Dad.
like, oh, I see that point. On the other hand, that is true. Oh, shit. All right.
I
Let's
never
all
get
have
to
a
talk
hug.
about my dead brother. Kicks a stone.
Dead
walks out.
bastard. Yeah. My brother's dead. Oh, no. Let's talk about that and keep going, shall we?
Something lighter.
Cool. All right, yeah. Never mind then. Everyone moves on outside. Or at least Sal does, unless the three of you want to say something.
Sal's waiting by the door. By the cave entrance.
Cave door.
The metaphorical door.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Cold.
Good. That's a good sign. Hooray.
How many bears do you think this cave is long or tall?
If you say that out loud, Garrus will walk around, pacing it like, that's roughly one bear pace here, okay, now?
Type of bear, Garrus.
By the way, everyone gets inspiration for last episode and the beginning of this episode. Which is great. So inspiration for everybody.
Marking
I never thought of bear type in measuring it ever before.
Now
I
you
was
have.
going with large grizzly. That was my measurement of choice.
Look, we said some things last night, and maybe some of those things we can't take back. So I'm sorry insofar as I may have hurt your feelings. Cassidy especially.
No, it's all good. Cassidy's gonna walk out of the cave.
Ooh, nice. Take care of your own personal mental health.
Brea
first.
just stares at the space where Cassidy used to be and just blushes beet red, but does not change her expression at all. Nods and leaves the cave.
Wow. Yeah, you turn a deep rogue.
That went.
To me? Sorry, Colin. Just kidding. The five of you traverse the chasm silently, awkwardly, the wind whipping up your coattails. The sand, every once in a while, scathes the side of your face as you need to turn away. And as you turn away, you look towards your companion and again dart your eyes in any other direction but theirs. There is an awkwardness amongst the party, a fracture that has formed and grown and split. Judic leads you to the edge of a chasm where she's fashioned a rope, the wind picking up higher and louder now. She needs to yell. This will bring us down to the chasm floor, and if we continue on along it, the outpost is only a few hours away, she says as the wind seems to catch all but the saliva from her mouth as she screams. And she turns over the side and begins lowering herself. Who goes first?
I will.
Cass, you grab hold of the rope and whip your dull rag-like body over the side. I'm still picturing you as Sally from...
Yeah,
just in
100%.
case. Just in case anyone tuning in thinks I'm like weirdly
I
putting something on your character.
I picture her as this like flesh golem. There's a picture.
I picture you...
I
honestly,
think a bit of column A, a bit of column B.
I'm
Yeah,
only
good.
picturing Sally from...
Yeah.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
But Cassie's a tabaxi. Tabaxi?
She has bits of tabaxi on her. At one point she was.
Oh.
I was picturing ragdoll, but with that kind of general outline. Like you're trying
Tabaxi
to get those
ragdoll.
pieces back on. So even
Yeah.
if you had like a
Oh,
human
wow.
ear, it was still like on the spot where
Yeah,
it would have been.
100%. It's all
Interesting.
wrong.
Wow.
Well, now I'm just picturing you as the only Tabaxi I've ever known. And that's that. You are red-handed Robin over centuries of this.
Oh no.
Ooh,
I'm so
I like
sorry.
that.
No, it's
He's
amazing.
come a long way.
I only know one Tabaxi. Just my limited knowledge. Perfect. Yeah, give me a climb check with advantage.
Oop. What that?
Athletics.
Athletics is what I meant. Is this not Pathfinder or a system that uses climb?
I'm not doing 3.5.
3.5.
Two?
Take your armor off.
2.
2, that's
Two?
with advantage?
Oh, with advantage?
Sorry,
Okay.
yes, with advantage.
4.
Oh, no.
Much better. Yeah, your hands sweaty with nerves as a big sort of gust of wind comes up. You lose the tight grip that you have and you slide down very quickly, like 20 feet on the rope.
Oh man, I
You
think
manage to hold on, but you burn deep cuts into your hands.
How deep? Can I see the bottom?
How deep is this chasm? How deep? No, you can't. It's really far.
Don't
I
shortchange
think-
me with black bears. I want full grizzly bear measurements.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Knowing-
it's like 25 grizzlies.
Okay.
knowing what the stranger told her about Cassidy, Brea is feeling kind of anxious about this. And as Cassidy starts to lose her grip on the rope, she almost like reaches out, like, Cassidy! But then when Cassidy catches herself, she just like
Yeah.
turns back.
Cassidy, you take 1d8 damage.
From falling? Or
Yeah,
from
just from the
sliding?
rope. It's just the rope. It's like a
Fair
it's like a
enough.
burn.
Do I
don't-
roll?
Yeah, you roll because I don't have dice.
Oh, honey.
I can't believe you're making me
GM.
roll my own damage. That's
Do it, coward. Do
nasty.
it.
Power move.
Do it. Roll your own damage.
4.
Good.
I
that's
deserve
what you get. Roll it again. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to do that. Cool. Yeah. And you're like, panicked. Sweat beads off your forehead as you look down at Judic, who's like panicked looking up at you.
Sorry.
Oh, would you want another bottle too, actually?
Lost my grip.
What the hell's going on with you?
Who, me?
Yeah, that's what Judic says.
Nothing. Just tired. Sorry.
Get it together, she sort of says in a loud stage whisper. And who's next?
Not me. I'm too
Garrus
embarrassed.
will walk up to Salim and just kind of like very quietly be like, Salah, I wonder if you wouldn't mind going next. I would go, only Cassidy's just fallen, and I can't guarantee that I won't fall. And you are so big and strong that I'd rather fall upon you than Cassidy. No, there's no offenses meant here. I just think that is the cleverer way to go, because I'm bloody clumsy as shit.
This is
And then we'll just pretend yeah, we're just having a normal talk there.
simultaneously the nicest thing Garrus has said to Sal, and also the biggest lie and the big and strong part. Big yes, strong no. But yes, Garrus is the only one in the group right now that Sal is fully trusting, which is
why does Sal hate so many people again? I'm missing the context
here. He doesn't hate anybody, but Brea seems to be pretty flighty right now with the trust towards Judic, who is the person helping us towards the keys, and seems to be a little bit flighty towards Cassidy, and Cassidy's having her own little kind of meltdown of existential crisis, so we don't really know how committed she is right now. But Garrus is on board, and Garrus has been very clear that he wants to find his brother, and everything else that happens along the way is just gravy, which includes getting
he
Sal
did admit
back
that he
home.
killed his brother.
Yeah, I'm not going to get
Didn't
involved
change
with
him trying to
dynamic.
find him, though,
Killed
did
a
it?
brother.
Yeah, I'm not his brother, so I don't
Sal
have to
is
worry.
always a character that perplexes me, not in a bad way, just
Just
in
like
a
laser
constant
focused on like the objective is this, and we're doing that.
Exactly. And Garrus has not done Sal wrong in terms of keeping up with that laser focus.
All right, let's change that. Let's find a way to fix that.
No!
I stab Sal.
As long as you stab me in the direction of the exit.
You're never leaving here.
Towards
Tie
the
myself to Sal's back.
Perfect.
He will go second. Is he okay to wild shape into his
Yeah, absolutely.
tarantula?
How many?
Okay.
Those are per short rest or long
Those
rest?
are per short rest.
Perfect. Yeah,
Just
I
got one?
want you to use up those before the battle anyway. So
Damn you. Okay.
No,
well,
no, go
he's gonna spider his way down very helpfully.
definitely wasn't pre-planned to get you to use up some of those. Excellent. Yeah. So you wild shape as a spider using one of your valuable slots,
Yeah.
and you continue, and you crawl down pretty easily. I mean, you have spider climb, so you don't need to do nothing.
Yeah.
But you don't trust anyone, so you're not going to help anyone down.
I mean, I can be there to catch somebody. I'm sure I can, but I've got a lot of limbs to bring with me. Like
You got
lot.
a lot of love and a lot
have
of limbs.
At least 10.
10 loves. All right, who's next?
Me, I'm gonna go next.
Brea, give me a roll with advantage on your athletics.
I will. 19.
Yeah, Brea, hand over hand, you climb down. The wind makes the rope whip wildly against, and as you climb down, you notice your hands are red. The blood soaked into the rope from Cassidy, who slid down this moments ago. Hand over hand, you feel her blood leaching into your gloves. The wet irony smells so close to your face as you hug the rope, climbing down ever lower into the dark chasm.
Fuck.
Cool.
That's awesome and so sad.
Yeah, well, Cassidy's sad character.
I love it.
What the fuck?
Erica, goddamn.
Yep. And Garrus, you are last. And as you see that you are the last person, give me a perception roll.
Oh no.
What?
I mean, it's a nat 1 with a +0.
Oh no.
God
That's
almighty.
nothing. This is Sal for some reason. I don't know why.
It's a cougar.
It's a cougar with 6 tails.
It's a cougar.
What's a base plate?
It's a cougar base plate. You know how cougars do.
You don't have
It's
a
just
base plate, dude?
It's a piece of
And
the
then Jay
animal
added just a slight, just an enlargement of a single detail.
tail. Just tail.
I don't know what it's referring to at all.
Tail.
All of it. What's the sheath?
Then there's long tail fibers.
You know how cougars have sheaths?
A what? A cougar?
You know how cougars have sheaths?
I don't know what a cougar is.
Well, you know how
This is-
cougars have a sheath.
It
I just
supports
showed
the
you.
collar.
I can't read
And the
it.
base plate.
Listen. Listen. All I care about.
I want to know what Garrus doesn't see.
No. But
Or do I just see that very like fleetingly, like a
it
giant
doesn't matter.
cougar?
I can't stop thinking about what this chop suey with tables is. I need
Yes,
to know.
please.
It is
We'll
fantastic.
be right back, everybody.
Is this the right video?
It's chop suey, but it's
we
played on a
listen to it?
table with another
Oh.
table.
Can we hear it?
Yeah.
That's not the video I meant. Sorry.
Just suicide.
In Garrus's
Angels
head.
deserve to my self-righteous. I cry. Angels deserve to die.
It's very good.
$15 right now at IKEA in Canada.
Oh, they're so good. I have one holding my picture right now. Table.
Such effort he
It's
went
right
to
there.
Table,
play the table.
You can see it
Table.
right there. It's right there.
Cool. Anyway, that was really important. I needed to know what's going on.
But that's what's happening in Garrus's head instead of perceiving the thing that he's missing right now, which is
no.
what.
So yeah, you don't see what's coming for you.
Fuck again.
Yeah,
Which is
give me a dexterity roll.
All right.
Whoa.
Oh, not 20. That's useful.
Come on.
Yeah!
Duality.
Garrus.
Hindsight.
You're standing next to the chasm, looking down, watching Brea descend hand over hand. And there's sort of a moment where you give her enough time to head down. The wind's whipping wildly. And yet, in the stillness, in the quiet between gusts of wind, you feel something. Like claws up your back almost at first, but it's cold. Something instinctually tells you that you are about to be hunted. And all at once, every hair on your body stands on end as you grip the hilt of your sword and spin around to see a creature barreling towards you. And at the last second, you dive out of the way with a natural 20 as this large, almost pig-like creature attempts to ram you off the edge. And as you go keeling off to the side, your claws dig into the side, maybe 2 feet from the rope, but your body goes over and you are now dangling on the edge of the chasm. Give me a strength roll to hold on. Everyone sees this. Garrus, you scream out. Everyone looks up. Judic is panicked.
Okay, it's not the worst. Oh, I have a -1 to strength. 10.
Are you hanging
Garrus.
in there?
Your nails grip tightly as flecks of your own nail beds begin to bend and break under your own weight. You can feel the pieces of of dirt and rock slide up and under your nails, and yet you hold on as you try to reach as hard as you can. And then one of your claws breaks and you fall just as your hand wraps around the rope. It skids and slides. You feel the wet blood of Cass under your hand as you are holding onto the rope with one hand and go tumbling into Brea, who supports you as a second. But with the weight and the jolt, you feel the rope above you begin to pull from the stony ledge high above you.
Damn it, you people.
Everybody, you can feel the rope beginning to fall and tug. Everyone must give me a dexterity roll.
Saving throw?
Saving throw.
19.
God, I'm changing dice.
Oh my god.
That's a
Shame.
shame. 11.
Nice.
Ow!
12.
Sal, you don't need to do nothing. Cass, 12?
12.
The rope splinters and falls as each of you lets go and grabs onto the stony ledge as the rope falls between you. Judic as well. And suddenly all four of you, as well as the spider like Sal, are clinging to the side of this cavernous chasm wall. But as you hold on, the wind whips wildly. You hear Judic scream, "Hold on!" as you can feel the wind fighting you as you hold on. But for a moment, you are all capable of holding on. Everyone roll for initiative.
Oh, man.
Not gonna be a
Wow,
hero day.
everybody. Wow, with the mouth trumpets.
Oh, no.
I just rolled a natural 1.
Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
17.
That's a 4 for me.
21.
Ooh.
Nicely done, Cass.
Yeah, I'm ready for it now.
What did you get, Erica?
A 2, which in character is great.
And then you got a 1?
I got actually 4 total, so take that, Sal.
I got 2 totals, so take that.
Top of the round, Cassidy.
Then Brea can have like 6.
We're gonna fight each other, right? That's what the initiative is for.
Top of the round, Cassidy, you are holding on to the rock wall as the wind buffets?
Yeah, I think
Wind,
that
wind
works.
buffets.
Jimmy?
Every time I
phase?
hear that, I just think of Jimmy.
Yeah.
In Margaritaville. Although I don't think he did Margaritaville, did he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Absolutely
yeah,
sure.
That's James Buffett.
That's why his restaurants are called Margaritaville.
For some reason, I thought he didn't do it.
You'd be wrong. Obviously. Sorry, what?
I just need to Google if Jimmy Buffett wrote Margaritaville.
I can assure
Wasting
you.
away again.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Now I just want a margarita.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to make the broad advice that you people don't fall to your deaths, because I have a plan to help
What do
you
you mean
not
by
do that.
you people?
All of you know what I mean, you people.
Disgust me. Harlan?
Yep. All right, you're up. What do you do?
Where am I and what do I see?
You are clinging to the side of this terrible chasm wall. You can feel the stone flake between your very soft finger beds as you try to grip on. You are only grabbing with the tops of your fingers. Your nails are nowhere touching. Like you
It's
don't
like
even have
pressure grip.
just
even
pressure plating, like softly.
Yeah.
And as you're like, you're clinging on, like pieces of the chasm wall are falling off. Your hand pulling pieces and falling.
But like I saw Garrus like launch off and catch himself. Did I see like what from the top might have done that?
So no, you kind of just see it's like 20 feet above you now. It's just this sort of like snout of this creature. Doesn't
Okay.
seem to be the one that's causing you any grief right now.
Can I get
Oh,
a
I
little
see.
more information?
Yeah.
So it's Cassidy, then Sal, then Brea, then
you mean
Garrus.
height? So height-wise, it's Garrus and Brea, Cassidy, and then Sal's sort of off to the side because they weren't using the rope. And then Judic is at the bottom.
And so how high up are we from? How much falling
Garrus
do I
and
have
you
to get
are
through?
like maybe 15 feet from the ledge, but he would have brought you down. So you're probably 20 feet from the ledge. So Cassidy is probably more like 25 to 30 feet down from the ledge.
And then
10 visitors.
But you don't know how far the bottom is.
great.
Okay. Judic, something's attacking from above. What do we do?
Keep climbing down. Just move quickly. The chasm walls, they're not secure.
Okay. I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go down and follow Judic's instruction. And I have a speed of 40 feet. And I'll use my action to also go. So I'll go 80 feet down.
Perfect.
But we're climbing, right?
Yeah,
Unless
you're
you have a
climbing.
climbing speed.
Yeah, unless you have a climbing speed.
Do I?
Tabaxi would.
I'm not technically. That was
Cool.
a past life.
You have enough tabaxi in you to dig into it.
I don't have anything listed as a climbing speed.
Sure,
I only have
okay.
walking speed.
So yeah, then you move 40 feet. You're moving half your movement, but you're doing it twice. So
Gotcha,
you would
yeah.
move 20 and 20. Perfect.
Perfect.
Yeah, you climb down 40 feet and find yourself just below Judic, panic in her eyes, except it's not just because of the climb. It's not the creature above. Something seems to have her worried. Something she hadn't anticipated.
Can I roll
as she
insight?
climbs, yeah, go for it.
4.
Yeah.
10 with my modifier.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
nice.
Whoa.
Damn,
10
okay.
Right. Yeah, she seems to be looking out towards the wind.
Okay.
Just sort
All
of
right.
like,
Noted.
yeah,
And that's it. I'll just hang here.
perfect.
Yeah.
Next up, Garrus.
Oh,
You're
we just-
muted, buddy.
Sorry. Garrus will shout down what he saw, describe as best he can, because I know I didn't really see it till it kind of attacked me, but give people some information as to what they're dealing with.
Yeah,
And
it's just sort of seemed like a large, like a very large warthog type creature. Its skin was sort of flecked as if like almost magma, like spurts of red coloration between its large plate-like structure.
I think he'll just start climbing down. He'll look to where, is anyone directly like below him? If he falls, will he hit anyone?
You're actually like sharing the space with Brea right now. You fell into her. So the two of you are kind of like awkwardly trying to fight between it. You know what I mean?
But I'll try to get clear of Brea so I can start climbing down without making Brea fall.
Perfect.
Or we can try climb together, giving the help action simultaneously, if that's a thing
that
that
could
can
be
happen.
fun.
Hey.
Ooh.
I like that.
Yeah, I'll try that then. I'll give the help action as my action for her to climb down. I don't know if that's... We'll try to help us both get down. That's what Garrus wants to do.
I like it. Yeah, why don't you both roll at the same time then?
Cool.
We're rolling? Or are we just moving?
Yeah, well, you're using the help action, right? So I'm assuming put it this way. Cass is going to be making a roll at the start of their next turn, so it won't be as important right now for you. But if you don't, then you won't get the help action. You know what I mean? I would say do it now. Let's take the roll now, and then you are going to have an easier time next turn. You can kind of spend that on moving, because this wall is chipping away as you all move. So roll now for
Just athletics?
Athletics to hold on to.
I'm re-rolling with inspiration. I got a nat 1.
Oh,
Yeah, do it.
God,
come on.
flip. Okay. Okay, that's a little bit better.
Yep.
Athletics.
Ice dice.
12.
Fuck.
16?
16? Yeah, okay. As you're moving down, chunks of this wall are still falling off and like rattling down the side, but you feel yourself like able to keep grips on it. And it doesn't seem like it's a dangerous dangerous climb. You sort of spent a round to navigate a way down. You know what I mean? Like there's sort of natural, strong little chasm points. Sal, you're pretty much clear to kind of go wherever you're going.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Are you helping though?
I am going to be helping. My plan was, because I have a lot more mobility and a lot more rope from my butt, I would like to be able to kind of, you know how rock climbers do that kind of carabiner? That's the one. That's the thing. But they have little
Caribbean.
hooks.
Carbonara.
Yeah.
Carbonara.
You all know what I mean. So I want to start doing like a kind of like a zigzaggy pattern. But I want to start by getting underneath Garrus and Brea, so they have something to start kind of climbing down rather than just like the rock. Well, even not even good grippy rock, like soft rock is crumbling underneath them.
Yeah,
So
for real.
Start doing that.
Okay, cool, great. I like that. You can spend your action doing that. So you're sort of zigzagging around, moving it.
Yeah. So it says that I have like, okay, so my speed is supposed to be like 30 feet. But if I use 2 actions, I'm hoping that because my range of my web for range attack is 60 feet, that I can do that using just that for turns.
Yeah, cool. Okay. Yeah, you can sort of string up that carabining to make it a little bit safer as you move on. So Sal, that's what you do. Cass, you spent your last turn moving at the risk of sort of having this wall be a little bit less stable. Give me athletics with disadvantage at the top of this round. You weren't aware of that, but that's what's happening.
I love it. 3.
No.
I haven't rolled above a 4 this whole session.
So tough.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
Cassidy, as you're like climbing and this wall is crumbling, Judic reaches out to grab you as the two of you join hands and the wall comes out from her and the two of you begin tumbling down into the darkness.
Can I use my reaction to try to, I don't know, release my hold on the wall and like slide down with my hand on the rope to try to like grab them or
You don't
something?
have the rope. The rope is gone. So you're all just clinging to the side of the wall because the rope came loose from the top. But you can try something if you want.
Okay, so there's spider web underneath me.
Yeah.
If I see them, the wall starting to crumble, and using my reaction, I can like jump
I mean, you can sacrifice yourself to try to stop them, sure.
and like try to catch my leg in a web, like in a string of web, while also like offering my, like a trapeze artist, like
Oh
offer
my
my
God.
arms out to Cassidy or Judic to grab as my leg is hoping to catch on to this filament of web that Sal has
Sure.
woven.
So you want to use your reaction.
Yeah. I
to
know this
jump
is
off the wall.
Yeah.
With a string attached to your leg
Yep.
in hopes that you can grab them.
that's my hope.
Go for it. Give me an
this is
athletics
now.
roll. Give me an acrobatics roll with disadvantage.
Okay, but I'm going to use my inspiration.
Sure.
To
give
make
me a
it
straight up
just
and
a
down
regular
acrobatics
one.
roll.
Oh, baby.
Yes? No.
12.
Yes.
Oh,
You
Woof.
jump. You like dive off. You see Cassidy fall. You see Judic grab her hand. As the two of them grab, you see the weight pull Judic off the wall as they both go careening back. You jump off to try to jump and save them. And we see Brea's point of view as you're falling. You see Cassidy falling back. You see Judic falling back. You're tumbling farther and farther down towards the ground. And as you do, you see the mist, sort of the fog of the ground become thicker and thicker as you get closer and closer to them. And then darkness and darkness. And then you land, but not flat, sort of on a corner. You almost slide to a stop. All three of you tumbling into each other in pitch black.
Not stopping, I see.
Garrus, you watched Brea dive off the wall into the smoke below, into the mist and the wind and the fog, and you are now alone with Sal clinging to the wall.
It would
Spider
be in
hand.
shock.
Yeah.
We should. Can you go? You move faster than me. You go. I'll find my own way down.
Oh, this is so much pressure. Okay. Spider brain being put to work here. What if I do a reverse Brea in which I intentionally shoot webbing at Garrus and then just rocket him down in sort of a bungee cord situation?
Sure,
works.
yeah, we did this before. So
Okay.
yeah, you shoot him with your web and you bungee him down.
This is
Swan
slightly
dive
different
off.
because now I have to carry the weight of this gigantic. We're a necromancer, right?
What?
Are you a necromancer now, Garrus?
A what?
Are you
I'm a warlock.
warlock? That's what it was. Yes,
Yes.
gigantic
Oh,
warlock.
necromancer.
Yeah, that's not.
You said that's so interesting. You
Necromancer.
sound like a necromancer.
I decided to put a little flair on.
I liked it.
I liked it,
was
yeah.
utterly
on it.
confused. I was like,
I'm
what the
a
fuck's a
necromancer.
necromancer? It's like an artificer? Like,
No.
It can be. So we're going to take this wonderful system and just, hopefully this doesn't end horribly. I have a lot more strength as a spider, which is
good.
great.
Give me a strength roll as a spider.
Damn it. I wasn't expecting that.
I'm assuming that Garrus is going to let go of the wall, though. Because that has to be his
Oh, I'm
choice.
full on. As soon as Sal does the web thing, I'm like, great mind. And just like swan dives off.
I hear my cat kind of talking me out of this, but I'm going to do it anyway
Oh.
because what does he know? So I'm a 14.
Rocky's never been a spider a day in his
14.
life.
Yeah, that's good. Garrus, you attach the web and you jump off the wall as Sal lets you down. But slowly. Like, you're not falling because you don't want to take damage. And you sort of, like, begin lowering yourself a la Mission Impossible down this cavern wall as the wind and the smoke kind of buffets past you. It's this light brownish, obfuscating, almost like a sand smoke as you buffet through it and move down and down. Meanwhile, Brea, Cass, and Judic, you sort of sit up in the dark, this echoey, cavernous sort of hollow that you found yourself in. Out of initiative order. For now.
Can
Brea
you see the others?
Goes over to Cassidy and grabs her shoulders and shakes her a little bit. Have you never climbed down a rope before?
Obviously I've climbed down a rope before. I've climbed down probably that exact rope
What the
a bunch
fuck
of
was
times.
that then?
I don't know. I was tired. We were talking about serious things last night. I'm sorry.
You could have died.
Yeah, well, you could have helped.
I tried my best. Didn't you see me jump after you?
Whatever, Brea. We made it. We're alive. Just drop it.
You don't understand, Cassidy. This thing that you keep telling yourself that you're just gonna come back again if this thing turns out wrong for you. I don't think you actually know how this works.
I don't know how this works. I'm just trying my best. I don't know any more than you do. And I think that you think that I know more than you do because maybe that comforts you. But I don't know shit.
Yeah, well, it's becoming clearer by the minute.
Yeah, well.
Where were you, Garrus? You didn't have to fucking fall into me like that. You.
Am I there?
No, Garrus isn't there.
Oh well, whatever.
Just see my head come like,
No.
hello, oh, they're fine.
You look over to see Judic unconscious, just kind of lying against this
Shit.
sort of dark wall. And you look around. Who has dark vision? Both of you?
Yes, I do.
No.
So Cassidy, you don't see anything. Brea, it just kind of looks like you're in this dark cave, this cavernous area as you kind of walk over to shake Judic, who doesn't respond. Cassidy, do you light a torch? Do you just walk around the darkness?
Yeah. I don't want to admit that I need help right now, especially not from Brea, so I'll just wait until someone else lights something.
Oh, just wait until someone needs me. Perfect. Cass, you sort of walk around aimlessly in this short little area you find yourself in, and as you're sort of feeling around, you touch the wall and retract your hand to realize it's slimy and wet.
No. Is it moss?
Cold.
Yeah.
No, we're gonna be here forever.
You sort of look down at your hand but you can't quite tell what it is other than it's rather viscous.
Can I do
Garrus,
some-
as you are lowering yourself slowly towards where you saw Brea, Cassidy, and Judic fall, you sort of give the signal for Sal to slow down as you see something coming in the smoke and the fog, and as you slow, you see it. At first, you see the teeth. Sharp, tall.
No.
These giant 3-foot tall teeth. The gaping maw of this great worm is
Fucking
careened
worms.
upwards, and you find yourself poised directly over its mouth. You nary a breath, and after a moment you realize it is dead.
Oh.
It doesn't stir. It doesn't move. The fog slowly begins to dissipate, and you see that this creature careened, broken into the rock of which it unburrowed itself, seems to be upward facing. This thing's skin now grayish. It's speckled with a ton of small spears and weapons, as if it's been slain and left. And after a moment of hesitation, you give Sal the go-ahead to lower you directly into its mouth, where you hear the echoes of your friend. And as you see Garrus come down Cassidy, a bit of light through the parting cloud, through the passing storm outside, you see this sort of deep grayish wall, this viscous clear liquid on your hand. It smells of rot. And you see Brea leaning next to Judic, who's
I'm
passed it.
stabilizing her.
Yeah, give me a medicine roll.
16.
Yeah, she sort of nods her head. You know, she's out of it, but she's alive.
There's
So I
some shit
suppose-
on the wall. Don't tell Sal.
What kind of shit?
There's some
Oh,
stuff on the wall.
I love Gary's little acting there. That's so good. It's so great in the moment.
That's
I can
adorable.
picture that.
I don't dare let go.
It's really good. Can I do some kind of nature check on this thing? This stuff.
Absolutely. Give me a nature roll.
I've been rolling so well this session.
Yeah, you've been
that
doing
this
so
one.
good.
You're bound to come up aces at some
I'm
point.
due, I think.
That's what they
This
call it.
is bound for
Ooh.
glory. This thing.
17.
Nice. Yeah, you recognize this as
juicy.
the inside of a great purple worm, one that you had fought. A different one, though. This one seems much older, even. The inside track of this thing's stomach goes deep inside. Yeah, what else? What do you want to know about it? You know a lot.
I'd like to know how much I could fit into a jar. How many jars I have. What the
You would need
effects are.
7 million jars in
I
order
eat
to
it.
fit it.
I would like to eat it.
Yeah, you
I won't,
can,
I
lick,
won't, I won't,
you
I
can
won't.
lick the rotting
No,
carcass
no,
of
no.
the worm.
This is not a character who licks things. I've
Wrong
done that.
character, wrong character.
Wrong character, wrong character.
You do know that this thing has a giant poisonous stinger on the end of its body, whoever that might be.
So is it like vertical? Like its head is way up here?
Yeah,
and
like
it's,
if you were to see an outside view of this thing, like the chasm is here. This thing is like careened up, so its mouth is open. So you literally
Like
fell
Final
into
Fantasy
its mouth
VII.
and went.
With the snake.
Yeah.
Oh, you're in its mouth.
Oh, the
And the
big
brown-
Garzolum.
Yeah.
The brown mist is
It's just wind outside.
just cool mist.
Yeah, just everything is sort of like making it
Cool.
obfuscated because my reveal wouldn't have been as powerful
Yeah.
if you had seen it right off the bat.
So Brea's like leaning down over Judic, like putting my ear to her mouth to make sure she's breathing and shit. I'm not paying attention to whatever
Yeah.
Cassidy's doing.
Sal.
Or Jay.
Yeah. So Sal, you're kind of holding on to this thing, just like muttering to yourself. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why would you make me do that? Why would you make me do? Is it to cut you people loose? 13.
13. Yeah, as you're standing there on the wind, you sort of find yourself looking out towards this moving wind, wondering where your friends are, if you call them friends, who knows.
I do.
And you
Deep down.
hear this melody It sort of just dances playfully. At first, it sounds like almost like a flute, a rustic flute, something that sounds like a cat. Sounds like
very
a
well
cat
timed.
meowing.
Good job, Rocky. You get inspiration.
But as you hear it, as your spider ears twitch to it, it feels comforting. It feels charming. It feels sweet. But you shake your head and kind of ignore it.
Okay, so I do ignore it, but I did hear it, but not enough to really care, is what I'm getting.
I suppose so.
Okay. But I'm still way up there, butt rope down. Garrus is still attached, I assume,
Yeah.
Why are we calling it butt rope?
because that's
Because
what
it
it
came
is.
from his butt.
Comes out
That's
of
my
the
rope
bottom.
now. You guys
Got
had your
it.
chance. You bled all over it, so now this is mine. Keep it clean, please.
I like my butt ropes clean.
Garrus, you see your friends inside the mouth of this great purple worm. Judic sort of comes to, and the four of you are now standing in the dark. What do you do?
Does Sal know we're down? Sal can see us.
Can I? You
Kind
guys
of.
went into the mist.
Yeah,
and
you're like
the
through the
mouth.
mist. Yeah, I think he's just like got this long string into the darkness.
I only
into
have
the
web
dirt.
sense to know that you're still holding on. That's it.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You got web sense.
Eh.
Is there anything happening up there? Are we safe? Was there a rock slide? What's going on?
We're inside a very large, very dead worm, I believe.
Is that like
Sal's
a
still up there,
metaphor?
and- No, it's bloody big. We're in its belly now, but I think, from what I saw, it's dead. Sal, I don't think he'll like vibrate the web and be like, Sal, it's
And it
okay
goes
to come
dong, dong,
down.
dong, 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 dong,
Work.
dong.
Could you
It's like a bass
vibrate
guitar.
a message?
Or
The
he'll like
tugging annoys
cut
me,
it.
and I come down.
Come on, come down. Come play.
Yeah, you come down.
I will approach half distance. If I'm 60
Cool.
feet up, I'm coming down 30.
Okay.
Okay, this is like that one that was chasing you before, right? But
I
bigger.
think so. It was covered in a lot of. It looked like it'd seen some stuff in its life, and well, just crash landed here, I suppose, with its mouth open, and we happened to fall into it.
What
Now
kind of
getting
stuff?
out of it,
What's-
spears, all kinds of weapons. People tried to take it down, I imagine.
Hold on.
Garrus, as Sal begins to lower, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Judic, is this the trial? Did someone get here before us?
Judic sort of looks around. What? No. No.
12.
Would you do that?
12?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes.
Garrus, now you hear this melody on the wind as well. This sort of song. It sounds like a throaty melody, like rustic in a way. It's pleasant at first.
I hear a smelody on the wind. He will
Listen, smell that?
Yep. He'll listen and be like, anyone else hear that?
What?
No.
Sort of, almost like a song, kind of. You can't hear that?
No?
Judic snaps towards you, and she's like, "We need to get out of here now. Everyone, cover your ears." And she covers her like tall ears, and begins motioning for the mouth of the great worm.
Oh shit!
What?
What's happening?
What?
What's happening?
Yeah, and I love this. This is the part where like everything goes, and like because it's silent and like muffled. You're like, and you're like all climbing up the side of this worm, and Judic is like motioning for you to get behind a rock, when you're like arguing, and it's like kind of can't hear it. And then as you all sort of cower behind this large rock, and Judic just holds you there for a moment, and you're all waiting. You see the winds sort of begin to whip up even more wildly, and then part as like 7 winged creatures all sort of begin searching around this worm. They land on it and remove the spears and put them into their sheaths in the back. They are these winged vulture creatures with a head of a human female. And they have sadistic smiles on their face with long teeth and talons. And as they each remove their weapons, and you can't quite see what they say, you see one sort of flap down between them as if she's singing. And as she continues her song, and everyone pulls their weapons out and sheathes them, and everyone is sort of cowering their ears, you see this tableau play out. And after a few minutes, Judic silently nods to move the other direction, and the 5 of you begin crawling away from the sight of the great purple worms.
Oh, I got there too. Okay, thank God. That was still on the side of the cliff.
No, I figured once 2 of you succeeded, and you mentioned to Judic, she knows the area well enough to sort of presuppose that harpies would be in the area, and you sort of get to circumvent the battle. So great job,
Garrus
everyone.
went from tugging.
Yeah. And
But what if we wanted to mess up some harpies, though?
you'd get eaten alive.
7 of them?
The 7, put it this way, 7 harpies didn't bring down the worm. There's a lot more.
Oh.
Continue. Roleplay.
And roleplay.
Please do.
So they haven't seen us. Is that correct?
No, I think narratively it's so much more interesting that you kind of hear the music, you succeed on it, and then Judic sort of use that knowledge to you kind of watch this all play out, and then you just sneak away. I mean, I can make you roll stealth rolls, but that just seems not rewarding for getting to get the drop on it. You know what I mean? It would just seem punishing and unfun. So
Brea's like pulling cotton out of her ears that she had pulled off of the
just like
thing of her cloak.
that like feeling of
Yeah.
like sound again. You know?
She's like, sorry, Judic, just a second.
Trying to is what I was trying to do.
Did you not scout this area? You said you scouted. Are you trying to tell us that since last night there was this giant worm that was killed by a crew of musician monsters? That you didn't see that happen? You didn't know that this was in our way?
Those are harpies, and they are all over this area. They are rovers. They hunt, they kill, and they return back to their home. No, I didn't know they were here. And furthermore, when the rope snapped and we climbed down a lot slower, I knew we were in danger. If you hadn't have fallen, Garrus, the rope wouldn't have fallen.
Yeah.
So the worm was just what?
What do you want me to tell you?
Was it here?
Of course it wasn't here.
So, hold on. Cassidy, did you get a good look at that worm?
Oh, yeah, like a 19.
How long dead was it that there was rotten fluid?
Like a week.
I don't know. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff. I don't know. It could be anything. Maybe it did die today. I don't know.
All I'm saying is we're paying you to do a job for us. And it feels like we ended up in a bad situation.
Judith takes a deep breath. But you're alive. And she walks off in the direction that she's meant to lead you.
And so are you! You're welcome!
She gives like a thumbs up without turning around.
Garrus will shout after. I wouldn't have fallen if it weren't for the lava pig, which you never told us was here. So we'll call it even. He has fallen quite a lot, or made mistakes at cliffs, has Garrus in recent memory.
You walk along the base of the chasms, through pools of cooling lava, causing this mist to spurt up, mixing with sand. It's clear that this is obfuscating a lot of what you can't see from above the chasms. And as you get closer to your destination, you begin to recognize the footfalls of a well-trodden path. Sprawling out above you, you see the roof of these chasms begin to dominate overhead, closing off the dawning sky. And as you come towards your destination, Judic slows to a walk and gestures. Through the parting mists, you see it. The gateway to the Undercity outpost. This massive canyon has a dirt trail which hugs the steep sides of this rocky chasm, treading ever downward. And here, on the dry, sandy bottom, you turn a corner and see a deep gorge, the back of which is a small settlement of wood and stone. It is the Undercity outpost. But all is not well, as its wooden palisades are under attack. You see a clan of orcs mounting an attack, with several riding giant vultures soaring ever higher above the fray. The guards defending the outpost see you and call for aid. Do you help them?
Yeah.
Booyah.
I think so.
I mean, if the three of you are going, Sal has no choice but to go. So.
That is the way out, though.
Oh well, then that's fine then.
No, it's the way in, says Judic.
Does she look like she's about to fight?
Oh, yes, she is.
All right.
Oh, okay.
She
I
is
am
family.
not enjoying her tone recently.
Oops. And that's what we're going to call for tonight. I mean, half an hour or less to do a battle of a big proportion.
good.
Can't do that.
Like, you see 20 orcs. Like, it's a big one. So,
Oh my God.
Oh, interesting.
yeah.
Goodness
So we're going to have to
gracious.
wait a few weeks before we come back to that. But well done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for playing tonight. You all did a wonderful job, as always.
Thanks for DMing.
My
Yeah.
Thank
pleasure.
you, Huawei, for DMing.
My pleasure. It's always a fun time to hang out with you, and that's all I ever want to do.
Hey,
Just
hang out with us because you dropped us off a cliff.
No, it's true. I enjoy very much playing, and I'm excited to continue on. And
Me
just
too.
Plugging away at this fun little campaign with even longer half-hour bullshit starts and even longer half-hour ends. And just a talk show.
This is
They are
this-
enjoyable, though.
They're so enjoyable.
They
Very
are.
much.
Oh, let's just
I
go
have a
next
little
week. I'll
idea.
call in.
Yeah, don't go to Germany.
Yes.
Oh my
Don't go
God.
there.
Before we go, dish about Germany. So you're playing a few concerts there.
Yes. Hang on. I'll
Yes,
rattle off the
I
cities.
am.
Affirmative. We're playing Germany. We're playing Germany. We're going next Monday. Here are the cities that we're hitting: Berlin, Leipzig,
Berlin. Wait.
Flensburg, Krefeld, Leiden, Wiesbaden, Karlsruhe, and Lübeck.
Only half of those
That's
are real
cool.
places.
I know, right?
That's awesome. Good
Yeah,
for you.
These are the ones that I managed to get.
Life.
Sound it out. You know what they are.
Spring, Liefpodden,
Life.
And there's like 9 of them, and I got 4.
And one of them is correct.
And only
Yeah,
one's
that's right.
correct.
One of them is real. The rest are in our imaginations. but
That's
it's gonna be
awesome,
fun.
though. Congratulations. Is that the second time you've done this festival?
We actually are not doing the festival. We're just going to Germany this time. We thought we were
Nice.
going to do the festival, but other stuff came up. So
Cool.
yeah,
That
but
is
we have
kick-ass.
this is our second time to Germany. But last time we did Italy. This time we're just doing Germany and the Netherlands.
How long are you in Berlin?
One day.
Not enough to meet with my best friend.
Can you?
Oh, tell them to come to the show.
I will.
Oh yeah,
Or her. Or they.
both of
No,
them.
it's a him. That's fine.
And a baby.
And a baby.
Oh,
I know she's a
I
good
love it
baby.
the most.
that's really nice.
Could you please eat a pretzel for me?
I
love
will
the
eat one
pretzels
every
there.
day for you.
Yes.
Oh, I love the pretzels. Just
So
come back
good.
like, I eat a pretzel every day, guys.
You said every hour,
The
right?
carbs.
And schnitzel and currywurst is gonna be my life.
Oh, it's so good.
Have some
It's so
spätzle
good.
for me.
Spätzle and
Oh, spätzle.
Yeah,
some
dude.
White Venus.
That's my homeland.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
My ancestors are from Germany.
Yeah.
That's
So-
awesome.
And yep,
We've been to Germany together.
we've been to
Very few
Germany, you
places
know.
We've been there.
Yeah.
Germany's so cool.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's so cool.
It's a lot of fun.
So cool.
Yeah, well, we're going to miss you.
Likewise.
We're not gonna play this game without her.
Take pictures of lots
No,
of boats. No, we're not. But keep
Every
us
boat you
updated on
see.
boats.
Every vehicle, make a boat.
Think about
Somehow
Many boats.
we'll know if you don't.
We have,
We'll
we have an
know if you
alarm that
bon't.
goes off.
If you boat,
if you bon't.
Whoa.
We'll know.
I've got
Whoa.
boat dar now.
You got boat dar?
it's a radar but for
Bodar?
boat.
Boat dar?
I love
Came
this
up
show.
with radar.
Boat.
Great in like a submarine
boat.
drama. Sir, the boat dar.
Can I just say, how cool are boats though when you think about it? You know?
Oh, so freaking cool.
Like
it never
honestly,
gets old.
name a boat that's not super cool. Like even dinghies
Greg.
have their day. It's a murder mystery novel I'm gonna write.
Name a
Even
boat.
dinghies have their day.
Oh, I thought your murder mystery was gonna be name a boat that's not cool.
That too.
The sequel to which is Even Dinghies Have Their
Oh,
Day.
because it got stranded in the desert and then it got hot and then it cooked everyone inside. Got it. Figured it out.
No, but for real, how cool are like these old 18th century naval ships? Like,
Come
wouldn't you
on.
just love to eat one?
That went in a
Bite
different
by
direction
bite.
than I was expecting.
Yeah. Okay, but I think, and this, some of the youngins might not know
About boats.
about this one because it was 2017, which some of the young
The
people here,
fucking
but
TikTok
I need everyone to
generation
know
doesn't know
true-
about boats.
the true story of Bodie McBoatface.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Bodie Mc...
Which we all know because we're
Classic.
adults. But basically, it was a Name Our Ship Online poll from the
in the UK. wasn't it?
National Oceanography Center. Oceanography. Thank you, me. Center.
Oceanography.
They had an online thing to be like Name Our, and the top contender, the number one on Name Our Ship, won Bodie McBoatface, and it is officially on the side of the boat.
Is it actually on the boat?
No, it's not.
I thought the
took it
government
out.
poo-pooed it because they were like, "Oh, we can't have it Bodie McBoatface. Oh, absolutely
We'll call it
insane.
the
We should call it the
Charles
Intrepid."
Darwin. Or something like
Is
that.
that
It was
what
named
it's
after some
called?
guy. Yeah, it was
It's
named
a
after some
shit
guy.
name compared to Bodie
So
McBoatface.
the little
Lame.
explorer vessel that hangs off of it, that's what they call Bodie McBoatface, which is not as good.
It's not.
That's Explorer McExplorers.
What would you call a boat if you had one?
Obviously.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not as good.
That's not Bodie McBoatface. Look at Boris, big old Boris. Look, this is rather delicious
Brush your
looking
hair,
banana right here.
Wait, let me
See,
do
long
that.
hair.
There you go. Wait. There you go. Oh wait, you can't see my screen. Never mind.
No.
What would I name a boat if I could?
Yeah, what'd you name a boat? I just thought water banana because of how Gary said banana. That'd be good though.
A yellow speedboat called Water
Come
Banana.
aboard the
Fucking
water
brilliant.
banana.
Oh, that's really
Step
good.
aboard the Water Banana. Don't
I
slip on
always
the
like the
peel.
ones- I always like the ones that are like puns.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm not clever enough.
No,
It'd be nice to have
neither.
something personal though. Maybe I just called mine Arthur. Arthur! With an
Exclamation point.
Then
Exclamation
don't
point.
touch.
Jesus fucking
Arthur.
Christ.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ, Arthur.
You can name it like the. Oh, this is gonna be not very PG-13, but
What?
if you like wrote the word SEA like the sea, but then you could call it like the sea unt.
Ah, you could do that. No.
I don't
C
get it.
hyphen unt.
Yeah,
Oh, I get it.
or like the
It's like that joke
sea
in what's it
something. You know.
called? In Arrested Development, where their boat is called the C word, and they're like trying to sell it. And I think, and then the mother walks in, and Job's like, "Just get the C word out of here." And she's like, "I will
Yes.
leave when I am good and ready."
Yes. God,
Great.
we have to
fucking
rewatch
setup and
that show.
delivery.
It's so good.
It's
It's
better
very-
every time.
It's so. I mean, the first 3 seasons are. The last 2 aren't.
Chef kiss.
but they're still pretty
Stop
good.
with the
fine.
foresight
I
of what's
have
coming.
not seen it.
Oh,
You've never seen Arrested Development?
Gary.
I've seen bits of it.
Oh, it's
and I was just
very
like,
good.
Gary,
this is
book a
odd.
flight up here. We're gonna watch it. And
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna,
Yes.
this is gonna be a
we
long
should set
trip.
aside a week and be like,
Get on
who's
your
not watched
boat.
what?
There are a few like like comedies or just shows in general that are like clutch. That to me is one of them, especially for a type of humor. Another is Community. If you've never seen Community,
Community's
Oh,
great.
so
I like that
good.
this
That
show
one's even-
is D&D punctuated
You've never-
by
wait,
like
hold on, you've never seen
half-hour
Community?
chats.
Did Erica say you've never seen Community?
I've seen it. I said except
Oh.
for that one season.
Oh, the
Oh,
Gas Leak
Gas Leak
season.
year.
Season 4? Yeah. When Dan left or Dan Harmon. Yeah, great show though. Although I heard they're doing a movie now.
They keep saying it.
6
Is it
seasons in a
confirmed?
movie.
So this
It
was
is
like a
confirmed.
week or two ago.
What?
Dan Harmon was saying that something about
It's been pitched already, but
Yeah.
he's like, it could be a year, it could be 8 years, so don't get more
Greenlight
excited
it.
about it than you have been, but it is happening for sure.
Yeah.
He just...
I mean,
coming
I
soon.
like the 6th season. I mean, honestly, Frankie and Elroy Patashnik were two of the
I
best
love
characters.
Elroy. He was
They're
great.
so good, and they came in at the end.
Frankie
I
is
love at the end when Frankie's
incredible.
like, as a humble outsider who came in and fucking killed it. I just want to say, like she's so good. Pageant Brewster, I think that's her name.
Paget Brewster, yeah.
Paget. Yeah, I always say Pageant.
did you ever listen to his podcast, Dan Harmon?
I've heard
No.
amazing things. I follow him on Instagram. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
his whole deal. I find
It's
him
really good if you like all of his stuff because it's just that, but unwritten, like
I've watched
unplugged.
so I've watched his documentary, Harmontown,
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
and I've seen like most of like Rick and Morty, some of Rick and Morty, and which I do really like, and you would like it too. But I know like it's kind of one of those shows that's tough to.
I've given it a couple runs. It's not super my style.
And I loved Harmon Quest.
Yes.
Yeah, me
was
too.
so good.
Oh my god.
Oh, by the way, Jay, I meant to tell you, I
Spencer's
started
so
watching that
funny.
show that Nathan Fielder produced. It's
Nathan For You?
called No.
The rehearsal.
No, we've seen that and talked about that.
Oh,
How
yeah,
to
yeah.
with John Wilson. How
Right.
to with John Wilson. You should check it out.
Yeah, people
Very
keep telling me
weird.
that.
It's so good though, and it's just this dude who kind of talks like this and kind of stumbles over his words a lot. And you never see him. He's just behind the camera and he just does different things. Like the episode's called like How to Small Talk, and it's like a half-hour episode of like how to do small talk, but it's fucking hilarious and super awkward. And it's got Nathan For You feels all over
I'm gonna
it.
check that
and,
out.
Yeah, I want to check that out too.
now we're just recommending shows.
Yep.
People are like, what is this anyway? But yeah, anyway, that is it from us. Probably. Have a wonderful
2 weeks.
2 weeks, Jay. All the best to your shows.
Thanks.
Party on,
You're gonna do
party
great.
rocking.
Always
in
for
the
you.
Oh,
club
thank
tonight.
you.
Yeah.
Miss you guys.
Yeah.
No,
party
don't miss us.
rocking.
That means you're not focusing on you being in Germany, partying
That's
your
true.
heart out.
That's true.
Thanks, Mom.
Hey, you make sure you drink.
I will.
Focus
I
on your
promise.
partying.
Glass boot.
Finish your alcohol. Oh,
No pretzel till you finish your alcohol.
what's wrong with my Sundays? Anyway, have a great night, everybody, and we will see you around the table.
Bye.